Yesterday, 16 teams brought flair, grit and passion to the main stage. Some made bold statements whilst others tripped at the starting line, but today could be the day that the tides turn. My name is Barney Banks and I am your host, and welcome to day 2 of the PMWC Grand Finals at the 2025 Esports World Cup. The pressure builds. Whether your team came out swinging yesterday or you are hungry for redemption, today is where the story truly starts to take shape. And so, with that being said, it is time for day 2 of the PMWC Grand Finals.
Time to head on to our first game of day 2 here for PMWC Grand Finals.
Thank you very much, Kolaris. As always, great to get the insight from the desk there to set the stage, and physically it is rising in front of you. The tension, the atmosphere, and the physical manifestation of what these teams are fighting for, that gorgeous trophy blank.
On the plinth at the top of the pyramid, which all the players are currently clambering, trying to get towards the zenith.
Oof. If this happens again here, it could be a crazy start for Power.
In around about 20% damage here. Sending the shots through with the top. Having sightlines looking up through the pathways as well. It does leave Power a little bit uncomfortable.
This roof can provide so much additional cover that he can peek into them, and now Hadji just can't quite get the angle. If he peeks through in the building, it's going to be really bad for him. Falak even re-engaging back onto Ragnar there and getting the first knock. T24.
Oh my goodness!
It's heavy. Big damage done. Noki with the reply. Instantly engaging to clean up onto the down players as well.
The rest of Power just not there to follow up, and Al Hadji with a heroic play will find 2, but not quite enough, dropping back. It's come ahead of it without losing a single so far. Easy is going to bring something to the table, but it looks like he brought nothing with him but an empty plate. And Power go down first.
Oh, you could see
Actually over in this playoff. They managed to squeeze themselves over towards the edge. In the meantime, the rest of it is currently battling off against Alpha. S12K in his hands. Reach of the DBS is a distraction there that comes through, and at least they're able to find it.
Lead into today's games. Team Secret here, Nade on top. That's Sky from Aura kicking off the engagement. He's got one more remaining. Oh, close Nade. Team Secret find him. Already, Sky down and out, shot back up.
And Yangon Galacticos as well found themselves a knock over towards Regnum Kaya in the midst of all that. Falak has moved down over towards Regnum Kaya, and Loxy replies in kind, sending a nade over his way, signed and delivered. It's smart from them. See if Noki's able to pick Falak up again. Regnum Kaya might just be baiting.
But doesn't work when they run into alter ego. Noki showing off his former professional ice skating skills there. But Krypton, he's ready for it. Open ground.
Split coming through from Weibo.
It really is only a matter of time. So a bit of a stab up close and personal with a cook on the nade as well. Aura looking to get revenge against Weibo as they push their way up. Cheeky nade could be enough. It's a molly through the window. Set fire to the cover that he's got to work with. Shots in the back line. That's Yangon that are coming in from the side as well. They actually get that full confirmation onto He.
Some good Elim so far. They've been controlling the zone. That's 4 Thrives now out. But for Yangon, this circle is just unheard of, right? It doesn't happen very often, but it's giving Yangon.
Sometimes it's been problematic. In this instance, it's working well.
Now, often to their detriment, but here where it matters most on a chaotic map like Sandhawk, they're certainly finding success off the back of it. Yangon Galacticos making that cross on the shallow.
As much as there was that knock in the back line, Weibo were able to get an angle onto them. You reset from it. Oh, instant tag out, and they crash onto this immediately. Soup with the DBS, taking the advice of the analyst desk. Let's see what he can do up close, though. Good with the first. The Kryptonite against Krypton. Read on the angle. Alpha, see you later. But the backstab is good to save it.
This is the problem, though. We currently have Alpha Gaming coming in from that western side, and this is a bad fight for Alter Ego versus the Solo. This could be easily third-partied onto. Teams can start to move up.
Oh, instant engagement to Alpha, though. Rosemary, he was the man in the back line that got one to open it up and bide some time, but it's a quick response back, Blank.
But that's all they needed. They just needed to buy time, and Rosemary gives his life for it whilst they prepare themselves to get back up again. Alva waiting on the doorway, sees a player get out, but there's hard cover in position. But he's going to take the time with a single grenade. Let's see what Reefers can get done with this one. It could be gigantic. Oh, it misses.
So close to blowing up the bits, but maybe you can handle it with a weapon instead. Nongshim on the move up as well, coming round from the ridge side. All of this noise, attracting commotion. Krypton cooks one for the reply. Bounce out the window on the lip. No damage done. Reefers still just waiting for an opportunity to shine. But Alva strikes with the DBS.
There is going to be so much fire coming their way, and Alter Ego laid low by Sook with the DBS. Puts away the bow and arrow, but it's a bullseye straight to the guys from Alter Ego. With only Krypton remaining, tries to take down the final players from Alpha Gaming who got ahead of them. Yangon Galacticos currently dealing with Nongshim Red Force, but they have been the beast inside the lobby.
Yangon. Nades over the top. Meanwhile, in the Elim feed, you can see Regnum Karrier taking shots from Hora as well that are playing with confidence at the moment. Just wide on the nade.
I think the thing is, Sarita, they're just scared playing as two. Foxy will find one. Benny looking over towards Doc now, and it's a good shot backwards somehow, some way. Alpha Gaming come out on top.
It's the dream scenario with the teams being ushered closer towards them. The zone starts to force you forward. Loxy was always looking for this lockdown sightline over towards Ida. He's able to grab one with the play zone assisting as the third man for the squad of Regnum Karrier. And they look to take the fight straight to them. Cheeky peeks on the head. Doc throwing up for the fist.
Silas?
He can grab it. Silas commits on the drive-in. Instant pickup from Zol, and it's just Loxy left.
Leaves it all down to Loxy, and Alpha Gaming look to put a win on the cards. Two internationally gifted teams, but it is the squad of killers that will come out on top here.
Roaming towards the circle with the blue matching here. You got the hovercraft with the quick getaway, so they can at least keep themselves moving. All squads still currently standing. Only one player has been removed from the equation over on the side of Falcons. They're down to a trio, but we might lose some more players here. The close quarters crash comes in. They dive out of the back of the hovercraft, but straight into the forefront of Weibo. They're able to deal some damage. Oh, ring around the rosies, but they're starting to fall down from the third party of DRX.
Now Power moves in as well, sweeps round, they get a lay of the land, figuring out where these players are, whilst the rest of the team desperately tries to wake him up, shaking him inside that ditch.
15 arrows left. I mean, you can kind of just zone on this and nip at both of the heels. You can keep it uncomfortable for either squad. Ooh, okay. I mean, uncomfortable being the operative word for him now. Quickly, get your head down, reset.
Good shots back over towards Al-Haji, though, on the western edge, though, right? With that building control, you have to be proactive taking those shots. Regnum Karrier makes a dangerous maneuver, because they'll have to move away. One of the teams that is the furthest away from getting in towards the circle. They are bombarding it directly over towards E-Arena. Shots are being sent through, as that's from Alter Ego, in fact, and Mormon will pick up the pieces.
Ooh, carnage being caused. Fireflux want to hold on to their good position. Yeah, with some of the opportunities they've been presented to potentially engage on third parties as well, I think they're just thinking about placements. They're playing a more strategic game on this one rather than being baited into anything. Power, though, have been pulling no punches. They took the crash down towards shooting range on Weibo. Now they kick off another instigation here versus E-Arena, but Fireflux are right there on the precipice of being able to clean up on this one.
Fireflux has always had an opportunity to take fights over towards this side. They're never committing too much into the push, though. It stops off, but you can't stop for long. Redox in a 1v1, I believe, with Nongshim Red Force.
And it's a bit of a smorgasbord of errors as well from both the Falcons and Nongshim Red Force, with the self-knocks that have been coming through, making it a bit uncomfortable in the head-to-head there. One for either side. Koa gets gatted down as well, with Sleepy getting vision. Nongshim Red Force out in the meantime. DRX potentially a big opportunity in this exact head-to-head versus Alpha as well. It'd be a squad you want to take down, make it more uncomfortable for them. The Fire and Flames burning down Reefus, but Top Trade straight back with 2 clean tags over on the DRX, keep him pinned in position, pop up from Yunbin. This is the man that can do so much. A bit of a king in the game in PUBG Mobile, but what's he got for us here? Nice nade.
The circle pushing in over towards Alpha. M79 to drop those smokes quickly and easily to create cover for DRX to reset on this one. They still have 4 players, but not for long.
Control for the longest time. Alpha on the roam up. It's Scarface with a quick hit. He's hungry, and the dinner plate will smash over the face. Follows up. Zol down. Goodbye, Doc. Just top. Trapped behind the tree.
Mop that team up. And again, immediately refocusing over towards Team Secret. 2 knocks coming through in the space of bare seconds. Solus will go down, but is in cover. 10 elims on the match here for Fireflux, making it look easy on this northeast side, constantly being a big presence in the game. So weird.
Yangon just taking the peek over. Romeo's further out. Wild, hello. He finally makes a move with the DBS. Close quarters engagement could take Ketch out of the mix. That's going to be a bit of a sore sight for the Fireflux eyes, losing out on one of their players.
Solo players in the game. Mini 14 as well as the DBS. He's got long range as well as close range on lock, but it is IQ to find that shot. Hyunbin now waiting in the wings here between them and Fireflux, and they have no idea.
Yunbin, belly down on the ground, sneaking up towards him. No one's got vision. Jumps up with the DBS. The right hook's good for 1, but they reply. They turn around, but again.
Scarface as well as Kedge. The other boys now need to step up. Yangon Galacticos with 4 players playing it slow on the southwest edge for a long, long time. They've been quiet, but now look to be deadly.
Mernat bringing the base. Bullet straight to the face. It's uncomfortable for 4-5s. Losing so much manpower. Falak with the peek up. Target-rich environment, but the shots just don't deliver. And 4-5s are removed. Yangon bided their time for so long. Wait it out and go for the placements. Romeo, vision over. Spots onto 1. Few bullets. Witzing by. It's only 2 players there. They can trade off one another and opt to play this out just with the long con, with the fact they've got so much more stock in the bodies. It's Mernat that gets the first connection off.
Romeo looking to deliver the shake with Matcap as well as Solus. 2 players that can step up. Yangon Galacticos look to roam out. Frankie in a whole world of hurt, likely to go down soon, and Yangon Galacticos are just starting to sweep here. They have been so consistently dominant through the playoffs here. Now Fireflux have to move forward directly into the sightlines of Yangon Galacticos, and they're going to deny the points. It had been dawn, but now it is dusk for Fireflux, and Yangon Galacticos will be here when the sun rises, pick themselves up another chicken dinner.
Ahead of them here, but Weibo finally going to get drained away. 3 teams now remain, and they are all sat at 4 players remaining. This is all-out warfare. At the moment, interestingly enough, Alpha Gaming actually the most central team. However, Yangon Galacticos can move forwards on their buildings, and they will be even more central than that. Team Secret, the first team that needs to make a move now.
So APG has good real estate on the shoreline, but Team Secret also have good real estate on the high ground, and they're going to be able to stop APG. I say that, Doc, though, it's a wonderful shot on the train. Team Secret manages to get train back up. Another 4v4 about to ensue.
I think this is why we haven't seen any moves being made just now. Team Secret, they feel like they're too close to the edge and they want to get more ground. It shifts away from Yangon Galacticos over towards this side of the map, and maybe Team Secret went too early. They pulled the trigger, and Alpha Gaming were ready for them.
Absolutely ready. Jaiki now has to get desperate. He's got to push up to Solo to try and keep APG's hope and dreams alive for the winner chicken dinner, but APG takes them apart 1 by 1. But hey, maybe there's life. Maybe there's an opportunity. Jaiki pushes up, and Buddy's dropped down, unfortunately, and now Yangon Galacticos are pushing in, and Romeo's got a beautiful off angle.
You wait 5 seconds as Team Secret, and none of this happens. You don't rotate down, you don't go for this crash because you don't need to. You wait for Yangon Galacticos to move, but all of a sudden, it's over towards the top of the tables, and Yangon Galacticos trying to defend their first place spot, but Alpha Gaming won't go down without a fight, and they're being assisted by their opponents here. Self-nades, Smile down next, and Yangon Galacticos lose a few in the fight.
Alpha Gaming can still do this, but I love the off angle from Romeo, and a beautiful nade put puts an end to it, and Yangon Galacticus takes another win for today to put them at 2 and a total of 4 winner chicken dinners.
This is insane. To push up towards the north. APG are there as well. But let's hop into this fight because it's popping off over on the edges of Picado.
Yes, it is. It's going to be our team of 4 Thrives going against Ida, who is now getting pieced apart. 4 Thrives, wolf packing together continually upwards. Now notice Falcons and Power are not too far behind. Naki needs to be very careful on how he swings this angle because most likely he's going to get shot into the back with Ida being dealt with, Aaron fully gone.
For the time being, there's potential danger from Weibo off in the distance, and Navallo tried to cut across them. Yangon Galacticos, are they in danger right now? Okay, hang on a minute. Romeo and SayCloud both down on the front. Noxian Red Force have 4 players alive. It looks like they're going to be able to finally do something against the roster that's been a terror to the rest of the lobby.
Well, it seems to be the case, doesn't it? But Noxian Red Force with 4. You got 2 Mighty Warriors from Yangon Galacticus. Mernat firing some shots, drops 1, goes for the second, can't connect enough. They want to stop him. After all, Fireflux, they still got skin in this game. They're in 5th place. There's a lot of money still to be earned in a championship potential run. Solus up close, gets mowed down. Fireflux left with just 1 more standing. But for how long? Well, Madcap says, I've got this. Boys, I'm going to take the cake. I'm going to push up. 1v3, no problem. APG, not like this.
Oh, they are going to push Madcap back off the angle, though. He has 1 more hurdle to jump. He will go for the fire. Reefus keeps them together. APG, you can see how low their health bars are. You've got to imagine that their meds are looking a little bit threadbare as they take some shots over towards Noxian Red Force, but Doc C hasn't been handled just yet, and he finds both of the backline. Again, it's all up to Reefus to keep them alive, but Top is going to get flushed away, and it's IQ to actually push Doc C off of that high ground. In the meantime, there's a trade-off.
Up ahead, Sook, a great grenade. He's going to throw it. It goes down the hill, but Benny and Tizzy manage to distance himself, but a wonderful shot will drop 1. Reefus gets some shots onto Doc C, getting yet another point, I believe, putting APG at 12.
They'll try and add to that tally. Falak nade over the top. This looks good, and it will find the knock of the 33Z. Weibo's sidelines now are opened up a little bit.
Oh, incredible. The dominant roster throughout group play, struggling when it comes to grand finals, but a chance to step it up. Reefus is down a solo. Last alive for the team of APG. Sayal also taking damage himself, and Alpha Gaming will in fact be eliminated. But good news even more so for 4 Thrives, who have a dominating position and they have dominant control here. I don't think they can lose this game.
Weibo try and find Bini in the ditch there, but he's in the smoke. A little bit too hard to find this time around, but the spray downs, the shotgun puts him out of the business. Sook should be next on the menu, and you can imagine he's going to bite down something hard. Falak able to nail that shot, of course.
Well done.
No chance he doesn't.
Now it's a 4v2. T24 pushing closer and closer to Order, and he down below. T24 finally looks like he starts to fire a couple of shots. Order most likely dropping in a moment. He as well. Is this the game? Will we see it? 1 from 4 Thrives perspective. Only 1 more player remains, and I just don't know if it's enough. 4 Thrives will take game number 5. Much needed points going their way.
To push up towards the top of the tables. They have 4 players alive. Unfortunately, they're on the wrong side of the road for this one. The nades are pretty good over towards the arena, though. That's going to be more damage being dealt on out. The Garage really not providing too much cover here. You just need to keep these nades coming on through. DRX going to have to move a little bit further north with Alter Ego lighting up their crossing. Krypton finds so easy, but Hyunbin does find the way all the way across. Gets the spray down onto 1, but cut through by the rest of the arena. Joker and Mormon holding face for now. And DRX having a tough time of getting across this roadside.
Very tough time indeed. And in fact, Weibo's going to be fully finished off. There was a down player earlier. We knew Sook was going to try and go at it alone. For APG, a chance to dethrone Yangon Galacticus, who has been in first place for the longest time.
Have the blue zone to play around, but they have to leave as well. Top taken very, very low there for Alpha Gaming as Yol breaks out wide, a little bit more healthy. Needs to find a needle on the side of Rectum Kaya, but can't quite find it. The haystack too dense to be able to piece it together. Wild looking to sweep the legs. Yol goes down. Alpha Gaming most likely falling here to the blue zone, and the final tag is good. Rectum Kaya, 4 players alive. Now they need to turn their attention northwards.
And I don't think it was enough to overtake first place, so top place should go to Yangon Galacticus, who hold on tight, but APG so close. We focus on the remaining teams left, and of course we look at Power, who's had a decent day, but will this be the shining example of what what they can do in the finals, well, maybe not so, as they're down to a solo.
Is in this circle, but Regnum Kaya on the south side, they had 4, but Sakura wants to change that. Maybe a chance to take them low. Will go in with the shotgun and again takes another player down, and Iarina not going to go down without a fight just yet. Regnum Kaya, Day getting ruined right now to close it down. Loxi back to the blue, not much wiggle room to play with.
They might have few points, but they are mighty, but from the off angle, taken down before the story can truly get started.
20 seconds was enough to get those reses before the zone pushed on in. They can get a little bit of healing done, but the vehicle's low. Rosemary now pushing up, and that's the rest of power dispatched. And as 4 players, this may just be done and dusted.
This might be, but you got to give credit where credit is due. Oh, what a nade from a distance. Darkin throws it just right. Krypton down. Ida, they've had a winner chicken dinner. Surely they can get the job done this time around.
Next stage will close dead center. That sits close to Alva's position right now. You can see that high ground there is under their control, but Ida could take the angle here. Regnum Kai obviously with these nades, that looks pretty good. I don't think that Alter Ego are going to be able to hold this position for much longer. Regnum Kaya should just be able to swell over this. That nade looks good, and there's the knock that they were looking for. Alter Ego want to try and take a player or 2 down against Regnum Kaya. They'll need to find this opening, but they've now lost their forward position, and it's just so hard to find these openings.
Ooh, and that's a big down onto Darkin. That's going to drop the players from Ida down to just a solo. Alter Egos and a duo. Loxi weak, no worries. He's got teammates for a reason. Slowly but surely, Regnum Kaya start to push forward. Alter Egos, they're back against the wall. They still have to worry about the solo from Ida, who's going to be Aaron, who's trying his best to stay up as long as possible. But Wild wants to take his head off.
We'll go for the spray, and there's the connection. Regnum Kaya now in a full face 2v4. It's their advantage. Silas leading from the front. They've got 9 elims, so they can add that up to 11. That will be a 21-point chicken dinner and put them nice and healthily for a podium competition spot at the end of day 2 here in the grand finals. Silas again pushing around the edge with that UMP, the AUG in the back pocket as well, facing down against Rosemary in an MG3. That is not a friendly sight to see, but he's got his teammates where Rosemary does not.
Great shots. That at least helps a little bit. Rosemary, a guy that's been known to clutch up 7 eliminations for the day. Silas goes over the hill. Rosemary guns him down. Is this the end? Will Regnum Kaya choke the final engagement despite the man advantage? Well, it's up to Krypton, and Krypton's hitting the shots needed. Krypton might be able to do this for Alter Egos. He only has a couple of players to take care of. He goes to challenge on the Loxi, but it's not enough. You can't reset this. You can't get Rosemary back into the fight. You just have to keep pushing.
Regnum Kaya choke on the first push, and now Krypton in a 1 versus 2. Loxi and Wild for Regnum Kaya, trying to keep this one in the back pocket. Alter Ego have 14 elims. No way are they going to let Rosemary get this res. Regnum Kaya dropping the ball here to Loxi. No, he steps back again. Are you kidding me, Regnum Kaya? That's not going to work out. Krypton, no way! And how on earth do they let that happen? It's Alter Ego to find a wild opening onto Regnum Kaya. That is crazy. What a massive blunder.
Let's have a look at the overall rankings, though, and see how it's shaping up, of course, to get you up to speed if you're unfamiliar and you're not just listening only to Kalaris, because you'd be, 1 point in the greater if you didn't. It feels like West as well for you, Blank. Then sort of thoughts on the team overall. Obviously, Alter Ego, Rosemary was saying, right, feels like a great squad. They can play off one another. There's no sort of clear need for one player to dominate. But again today, Rosemary felt like he really was a big force for that team.